it's Julie. Today we are at Goodwill in Humble, Texas. That's an airplane flying over. We are headed to a hotel. Elizabeth has some appointments tomorrow, but we wanted to stop in a few Goodwills and see what we could find on this trip. So let's go. I did want to take just a moment and say thank you to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. I am super excited, y'all, to be thrifting today because I find an amazing piece. I have mentioned before that I am trying to freshen up our homeschool/office area. I just love to redo that every year for Elizabeth, who is my daughter that we used to homeschool full-time, but she goes to a little academy 2 days a week now and does the rest of her schoolwork still at home in this homeschool room. And y'all, look at this piece here. I thought that this was so country, so cottage, and it is perfect. I was needing something to add our calendar to. My husband come in here and just nailed a calendar to the wall, and I was like, that's not going to work for me. So when I came across this piece, I thought that this would be something perfect that I could upcycle, do a little thrift flip on. It did need a little glue there, which I do repair that. That's not a big deal. So I decided to grab this piece and bring it home with me. Actually, a worker was close by and she took it up front for me. It would have fit in my buggy. I don't know why. Maybe she thought it was too big, but she took it up front for me to hold. And I wanted to put it right here where you see this black old screen looking door here on the wall. I just felt like it needed something extra. So I thought that this would be the perfect piece to hang on top of this other door and do a little layering. Y'all know I love to do my layering. So I loved the idea of what I come up with. And I did purchase this. I believe it was for $6.99. Yes, it was $6.99. And I love the idea of a calendar being on this. We needed somewhere to put our calendar. And I wanted to give like some little inspiring quotes to Elizabeth and myself. So I tried to come up with something on the Cricut machine that we could both read every day that we came in here and have a little inspiration. Now I do end up painting the back part. I repaired that little piece that was broke right there, just a little bit of wood glue, and it was perfectly fine. But the back part here, I felt like it needed something, and I wanted it to look, kind of have a chalkboard look to it. So I do end up spray painting that. I was going to do it and make it like a chalkboard, but I kind of already have one of those in my homeschool room. So I thought, well, let me just use this as a place to display our calendar, because it does just slide right in there. Like you saw in Goodwill, the calendar just slips through there. And I didn't want to take this back piece completely off to paint it because it was like stapled in really well. And I was afraid if I started pulling this off of the back to paint it, that I would tear something up. So I go get my painter's tape and I tape off all of the wood part and decide to just spray paint it. I love how it turned out. It is super, super cute, and Elizabeth really likes it too. I don't know if y'all noticed, I was trying to show you there on the bottom, it actually holds a pen as well. So that will be perfect for just walking up to this and placing things on our calendar. And here I'm just showing you how well it is stapled on. I tried to gently kind of pull this off and thought that would probably be the best way to paint it, but I was having a hard time and I was really afraid that I was going to tear up that little back piece. So here you see that I did my best to tape it off, and then I'm just going to go outside and spray paint it with my favorite spray paint. So here in just a minute in the video, I'm going to show you how I make a little calendar holder with some inspirational quotes at the bottom. It is so cute and so easy, y'all. Look, it turned out beautiful. I love this black color. And now I want to talk to you just a little bit about Cricut. Cricut is a smart cutting machine that allows you to create personalized projects with hundreds of materials, y'all. It works with software called Design Space, which is super easy to use, by the way, and it comes free with your machine. This is where you can create your project and browse from hundreds of images and fonts, and I'm going to kind of show y'all that here in just a minute. And then once you've created your design, Design Space will send it to your machine to cut, and it is super, super simple, y'all. Okay, y'all, so right here, I am actually in Design Space now, picking out my font. It comes with so many options, y'all. I'm actually going to be using several different fonts because I'm going to be using several different little quotes on my board. But the first one, I'm just punching in what I want, and I measure it to fit. I took my ruler and measured my little calendar holder, and then I measured on here, and it is so simple. You just put in what you want, how big you want it. You click Make It. You choose the materials that you are using, and you let the cutting machine do its thing, y'all. It is that simple. I was super nervous about I was worried I was not going to be able to use this program and this machine properly and do it justice, but y'all, it is so easy. I can honestly tell you that it is probably one of the easiest machines like this that I have ever operated. It is purely amazing. Okay, y'all, and what I love about this Cricut machine is that it cuts out designs that you actually want to make. So you come up with the idea, you go into Design Space, and you get to create your own project. That is something else that I love. I have so many ideas in mind of what I want to make. I'm trying to show y'all up close here. It's kind of hard because it's white, but I was showing y'all that it did cut, and I'm just going to trim off all of the excess paper here and cut out my word. This roll holder made cutting this so easy, and just look how beautiful it is, y'all. Now I am going to use the little transfer tape. This does exactly what it says it's going to do. It's going to transfer your image onto your project piece. So always cut to fit so that you don't waste transfer tape. Now I'm going to use the little weeding tool. You've probably heard many people talk about how fun this little tool is, and they're not lying, y'all. This was so enjoyable. I don't know why I enjoyed using this little weeder tool so much, but I did. To get into those little fine areas, it really does just pick it up super, super easy. And while we're weeding, y'all, I just wanted to share with y'all that I'm going to be using this cutting machine for everything. I have so much stuff that I want to label and do. I'm super excited to use it. And it also cuts everything from vinyl to leather, y'all. I mean, really, that's amazing. Okay, now that you are finished weeding, you're just going to take your transfer tape, you're going to peel it off, lay it right on top of your cut word or phrase, whatever it is, and then use your scraping tool and smooth over every letter or, you know, design, whatever it is, and make sure that it's really well on the transfer tape so that when you pull that transfer tape up, your project piece is stuck to it and it will be easy to transfer onto whatever you're working on. Okay, and once you get it all smoothed down, you can start pulling the transfer tape off, and this is so satisfying. I don't know why, but this was so much fun. So once I got this off, I'm actually going to move over to my thrifted piece that's going to hold my calendar and all of my little quotes, and I'm going to try to center it the best that I can. My little calendar kept shifting, so I ended up having to tape it and pull it up some, but you see I'm trying to just measure and get it as centered as I can, because you really want that first piece to be centered so your piece, you know, looks really nice. And I actually had to move my calendar up a little bit because it kept sticking to the transfer tape, but I just took that scraper and I had to use the little weeding tool to help me out just a little bit. And then I'm going to go back in and finish typing up and letting the machine cut all of my other quotes, and here is what it looks like all finished. Okay, y'all, I hope that you enjoy how this looks. I hope it gives you some inspiration to thrift things that you love and then flip them into something that you love even more. I am super excited to be working with Cricut, and I'm so thankful for them because they have allowed me to make a personable piece for both Elizabeth and myself. We can walk in here, and as we have to write things on the calendar and just fill up our days with stuff, I am reminded of several of the things that I need to be reminded of. So I love that I could personalize each little thing on this calendar board, and I think it is just so precious. And something else that I love is the fact that it has a little place at the bottom for my pen. I know that is very simple and probably silly to some of y'all, but to be able to just walk up to this calendar, fill it up, and have my pen right in place brings me pure joy. Thank you again to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. I will have a link down in my description box to give you any and all information you may need about this Cricut Maker 3. Okay, y'all, I have been looking for a big roaster pan like this at the thrift store, and I'll tell you why. Like on Memorial Day, we cooked several things: hot dogs, hamburgers, and sausage, something else, I can't remember. Oh, we grilled some pork chops. And I had, y'all, I don't even know how many crock pots out, trying to keep everything warm. So I said, if I come across one of these and it's a good deal, which I thought $25 was kind of high. I felt like maybe you could get it for that price or a little more in the store. Y'all let me know. But anyway, I'm looking for something like that so that when all of us come together and we're grilling and swimming and all of that, we can cook ahead. Larry and I like to cook things ahead and then put them in a crock pot or something to stay warm so that we're not having to grill and do all the cooking while all the kids and the grandkids are here. We can just enjoy them. So I am looking for something like that so that I can put all of the meat in one container to stay warm. All right, y'all, let me know down in the comments, what is your weather like? Here in Texas, it has got hot so fast. We went from having beautiful spring weather and loving it, sitting outside, having our coffee, to drenching in sweat. Like, we went from one extreme to another in no time flat here in Texas. So let us know, what is your weather like? And also, what are y'all summer plans? Does anybody have any fun family vacations, or are you doing a staycation? Let us know down in the comments because it just might give somebody some ideas. Let us know, what are your summer plans? Okay, y'all, I spotted this brass pitcher and I did put it in my buggy and walked around with it for quite a while, actually until I got ready to check out, because I didn't 100% love it, y'all. I know it's brass, but it just had a funny look to it. I don't think I liked that rope look around it. It just didn't look like a country vintage piece to me or a country cottage piece to me. It just looked a little different. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Maybe it was too fancy for me. I'm not really sure, but I did end up leaving it behind because, again, I just didn't love it. Okay, y'all, look right here. This would be the perfect thing to hold rolling pins. I've talked before about using a wine rack to put your rolling pins in, but y'all, this one would have been perfect. I love how it's not all closed in on the sides, and I think rolling pins would look beautiful in something like that. So if you're out at the thrift store or yard selling, state selling, whatever you're doing, look for one of those because it makes a beautiful display for your rolling pins. And look at this little set of silver, y'all. I think some of these little sugar bowls or whatever they are, they would be so precious with some little faux greenery coming out of them, or to use at your coffee bar to hold spoons or something. I think that these are just precious, and you could definitely decorate somewhere with those. Okay, so I picked up this basket. I love this, and I think I'm going to try to put this in here in our homeschool room. Also, it's really big. It was, let's see, $4.99. And I'm just trying to show y'all how big it is. I love it. I think I'm going to use it to try to stack some books in and maybe lay them over, put this on our piano. Let me try to style it real quick and I'll show y'all what it looks like. All right, y'all, you see the blank space between the map and the two empty frames above the basket I just thrifted? I need to put something there. I just don't know what I want to put. I'm not just going to put anything, so I'm going to wait until I find something that I really love. And look, y'all, there's that little chalkboard that I told y'all would probably see in my decor this week because I didn't style it last week. And also the plant picture that you see hanging up by the hanger over there on the wall, that's from Amazon. But anyway, you guys, thank you again, Cricut, for sponsoring today's video. I hope that y'all have a wonderful week. We love y'all, and we'll see you really soon with a brand new video.